bad news is, well, the good news is I'm through security and we're still going to Izmir today. My COVID test came back negative, and I guess the downside is the lounge that I'm supposed to, that lounge pass is for the lounge in international airlines. Ugh, the life of a traveler. Getting a little bit of a late start this morning, as I guess I really needed some sleep, and then I had to get laundry done, so found a laundry place just around the corner, and I also lost my adapter, so I had to go buy an adapter so I could charge my stuff. So now I'm waiting on a taxi to go to the Tower of Izmir. I'm sorry, the Clock Tower of Izmir. My roommate at the hostel what places should I see here, because she had been here for a little while, and she said the clock tower was one of them. So here we are at the clock tower of Izmir. So today is just gonna be a day of sightseeing around Izmir, and then I'm just wanted to get my bearings of where I was, and then tomorrow we are going out to Ephesus, and I cannot wait for that. But for now we are at the clock tower. Let's go explore. There are so many birds here everywhere. Please don't poop on me. There are hundreds of birds at this place, and as it looks like right after they eat, they come over to this fountain just to drink and bathe. Only 3 lira, so this looks delicious. It looks like it has a sausage in it, and like a pastry, and then from there it's like 8 liras, less than 50 cents. So what a great little snack to get my day going, even though it's lunchtime. Wow, this tastes like a hot dog, and the bread, I don't know what they did with the bread, but the bread is absolutely amazing. I don't know what it's called, but these stands that have like the Turkish bagels and everything, and they have the bread that looks like a sausage coming out of it. Get it? It tastes great. This coastline is just stunning. Walking north from the clock tower, I found this ship that you see behind me, and it looks like it's a museum. Maybe it was something of a Turkish Coast Guard. It's tough not reading Turkish, but it's a museum and it looks really cool. I kept walking and I found this awesome little park. Check this out. I hope I can get some good shots for you. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of fishing here on this little, I don't know what you call it, a boardwalk, but just right next to the water here. And I don't know if they're doing it as a sport or if it's to feed their family or if they sell them. They make a living doing that, but there's tons of people fishing.
My hostel roommate told me I needed to try bambas at Celebi Bambas. A bamba is a sweet treat that is local food to Izmir.
Naturally, I got the one with the chocolate inside. They had several different options.
The bomba was so good, you could compare it to the same reaction I first had when you eat a Krispy Kreme donut right off the conveyor belt. The next day, it was time to board a train and head to the ruins of Ephesus. The transfer train was almost an hour away, so I took the taxi the rest of the way.
We have made it to Ephesus. I'm at the exit gate, is where the taxi dropped me off, and then I gotta find out where to get a ticket and head in. I cannot wait to see this place. One of the first things you see when you walk in towards the, I guess it's the exit gate, or towards the bottom, is all right, I made my way to the top where I'm gonna start a audio guide tour. So when I was coming to Istanbul, I was looking for some kind of audio online app tour. I found this app called Rick Stevens Audio Tours, and he's got a lot of stuff on Europe, had a lot on Turkey, and happened to have a walkthrough audio tour here at Ephesus. So I'm using it. It was a free app. Cannot believe something like that's free, but we're going to use it, and hopefully I can get you some information on some of the sites that we're seeing today. City of the time, so it at its largest population, it had 250,000 people in this place. Back in that day, that is a ton of people. So it's hard to believe that this many people lived here. Now, I do believe it's only like 15% of Ephesus is actually excavated. The rest you can't see. So I'm just looking forward to catching everything. This right here used to be a temple and a marketplace, or a marketplace around it. And there's a temple there to a goddess, and then they had the sprawling line right up around there was a residential area. And Ephesus was the second biggest city in the Roman Empire. Rome was the only city that was bigger. We are now walking into the Odeon, which was a theater that's set 1500, and this was built in around 150 AD. This theater behind me is where they used to have plays. The city council would meet here, and it used to be covered as well. So I come into Domitian Square and Temple. So this high arch behind me used to be a part of a public water fountain, which is really the highest thing in this particular area, at least what's left of it. This is what's left of the facade of the temple. It was a two-story temple. Alright, so I'm about to show you the Inscriptions Museum. The Inscriptions Museum is housed in the vaulted structure of the Temple of Domitian, and in its corridors, more than 3,000 complete and partial inscriptions are being preserved. Just behind me, when you come through the Herculean Gate, you just walk down the street. It's pretty much downhill, but everything that was along this road was merchants, and then above was where people's residences were. This is Trajan's Fountain. This is where the citizens would come and get their water. Gosh, you know, I've been here a while. I kind of have to go to the bathroom, even though I didn't have breakfast or anything. you know, maybe I don't need to go. This is the public baths. This is the latrine. Within the purchase of the ticket, I bought the Terrace Homes, which takes us to where 7 wealthy Ephesians lived. And it's kind of, when you come, it looks like something's covering it, almost like a building. And it just kind of is protecting the site. But this is what it looks like. This was a basilica where an owner would welcome people to his place. That's crazy. After being in this place, you guys have to get the Terrace House extra part of the added ticket. It costs additional to get into this, but it's stunning. It's the most well-preserved site that I think I've ever seen for ancient ruins. It's absolutely stunning. So headed back down to enjoy the tour. And whoa, look at this. Climbing down these steps to rejoin where the audio tour left off, and like I said, this has been an amazing site. It's been my favorite so far for ancient ruins. I'm standing in the library here at in Ephesus, and one really cool story that the guide tells you is that the big library that was in Egypt, Alexandria, was the largest library, and they didn't want a library being bigger than theirs, so they stopped sending them papyrus, which is what was used to make the scrolls. And so what they did was they found a different kind of paper, parchment, and then they started stacking the papers together and making what's called books. So I'm standing where the first books in a library were. So that is a really, really cool thing. Just to think that, gosh, it was right here. Main theater right now, and we were walking through what is believed to be a place where the actors walked in, and as we walk through, it's going to put us out right on the stage. This beautiful theater that I am standing on right on the stage holds 25,000 people, and that's how they came to the conclusion that Ephesus had about 250,000, as the Roman stadiums, I call it a stadium, theaters would hold about 10% of the population. This is crazy. The acoustics in this place are so great that they didn't need any kind of sound system back in the day. They could actually hear all the way up at the very tip top nosebleed section just by regular acoustics. That's crazy. So Ephesus is a place where the Apostle Paul was. He wrote letter to the Ephesians. He wrote a lot of the New Testament. Some of that could have been here in Ephesus, but one thing that we do know is that they were worshiping the goddess of Artemis here in Ephesus, and Paul was looked down upon as he was spreading the gospel. But what's really cool is that eventually that gave way to Christianity. This is the Church of the Mother Mary, and this is just kind of on the outskirts of the rest of the Ephesus, at least that has been excavated. So I don't know how much is in between here and there. Just left Ephesus and got a taxi. I guess it's kind of like a taxi tour. He's waiting for me while I go to the Virgin Mary's house. It's way up in the mountain from Ephesus, but it gives you a lot of perspective because the Aegean Sea used to go right up to Ephesus. It was a major trade area, and the sea had retreated about 3 miles, which is pretty interesting, but you get perspective on that when you come up the mountain. Mary's house is a place that they believe that Mary settled once John came to Ephesus, that he brought her with her, and so it's not, I guess, confirmed. We don't know if it's historically true, but it is what's believed to be Mary's house. I feel like I overpaid for that. Taxi ride and parking and all that kind of stuff. They won't let you take any video or anything in. It's just a less than 5-minute walk through. It's cool to have come here. I did want to see it, so I did get to do that, but I think that might have been a little bit overrated. Tonight I came back with my friends from the hostel. Say hello. Oh, she doesn't. So I had to get some more bumbos before I left. I got the chocolate and the white chocolate. Just try the white chocolate. I bet it's amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. When you come here, you got to have the bumbos. The white chocolate one was unbelievable. Now I'm gonna dive into the chocolate one just like I had earlier. So I'm gonna leave you with that. It's been a great time here in Istanbul. I'm not in Istanbul anymore. It's been a great time here in Izmir, in Ephesus. Tune in next week where we get to check out another great location here in Turkey, Antalya. See ya.